Welcome back to an episode of Let's Build Twitter. We are in episode 79, and then today we finally finished up the consolidation of our CSS inside our register modal, as well as clean up our register project structure just a little bit. Again, we start out inside the RegisterFormFive, where we do as we have been by cleaning out any imports we aren't using and refactoring the CSS to use shared classes where possible and creating component-specific classes where we need. We go ahead and implement any new classes into the shared CSS, making sure everything is working as we went on. Then we wrapped up the consolidation with the RegisterFormSix, once again getting rid of any unneeded imports and refactoring CSS classes to shared class names and component-specific classes where needed, implementing those new styles in the shared CSS and making sure everything still works properly. To wrap up, we go ahead and clean up the package structure by moving all of the modal components under a single folder and then exporting the entire register component from an index file to clean up the import statement. As always, I'm Ethan on Koder, and let's hop straight into development. Now, the problem with Register Step 5 is that it's not going to let us view it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I will just start with the CSS, and then we will go back through and start registering and making sure everything works properly. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of Register Form 4 and go ahead and open up RegisterFormFive. And inside here, this one is very, very basic. Let's go ahead and get rid of the use effect. Let's go ahead and get rid of the send verification. And let's go ahead and get rid of the style next button. And then we'll also go ahead and import the /registerforms/registerform.css and import the / all the way to assets/global.css. Now this one will be very simple. This one just has a register container, a register content, then we have a register header 2. Whoops. I need to get a new mouse. It's like double clicking and doing weird things. Header 2. The p tag is going to be register-text. I remember to put class name here. Class name equal to register-text. Color is gray. Then we are going to go ahead and create a new div with a class name equal to register-5-input-wrapper, and it is slightly different than other input wrappers, so that's why we are doing it this way. And we're going to move this guy over. And then finally, we're going to, inside of our class name, register5 message, register-5, whoops, register-5 message, and the color is going to be blue. So again, this one doesn't work unless we actually go through the steps of authenticating. So we're going to have to hope this one's working. And I need to remember to put some of the extra CSS that apparently I didn't need before. Let's go ahead and add the new things that we need in here. So these are all going to be component specific styles, starting with register-5-input wrapper. And I'm going to go ahead and throw width 100% here, even though I don't have it in my notes. We're going to have a margin -top of 30 px. All right, then I'm going to pull in the .register-5-message. This is going to have a cursor pointer. It's going to have a font size of 13 px. It's going to have a margin -left of 10 px. It's going to have a margin top of 0. So this one has the same font size, but the margin slightly different. Then we also need a register-5-message :hover. And what this is going to say is text decoration :underline. So now to actually test this out, we're going to have to go ahead and register a user. So I'm going to go back to the register slice. I'm going to set this to state 1. Open this up. Now we're back to here. Our application is running. However, we need a temp email. So let me go ahead and pull up on the side a temp mail, and I'll just copy the email over, and then we can go through. I might switch back the text size small to 14. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and copy the email. So we'll just say test and user and pass in that email. And then if we put in an invalid date here, so let's say 2018, it's all good. And then if we go ahead and put in a date that's valid, it should be fine. Next. This one looks fine. Next, create an account. So if I go ahead and change my email to a user that I know exists, so unknown coder@mail.com, this will cause an error. So next, sure, next, and sign up. It should cause an exception. As you see, the email is already in use. So this is fine. It didn't overflow, so that's good. We can go back and go ahead and grab our email that we created. So next, and sign up. And this one should work, assuming, well, it might help if I start the application. All right, the back end is started now. So now if I click sign up, it should go through. We're all good. Again, if we put in an invalid phone number, it doesn't overflow or anything. Now that's all good. Everything fits in here as expected. Hit update. I think that we need to reset the, so give me 1 sec. We need to reset the credentials for the application or for the email sender. So let me refresh that and let me go ahead and do that. I'll be right back. All right, let's try this again. So just going to put it in test and user and then copy the email again. I think that I fixed the issue. I need to figure out how to automate that, and maybe I'll look into that at a different date. I'm not too worried about it. Sign in, and we'll go ahead and put a phone number. There we go. That's fine. This, I think I need to put in color blue. So let me go ahead and fix that, and this might scuff something. So this is register form 4. Go ahead and go into register form 4. There should be somewhere in here. Yeah, so this should be register link. In color blue. It might not actually refresh, so we'll probably be fine. And is there another one? No, I just missed that one. Let's see if it reset. Nope, cool. So now that's good. Now I think it should send the email. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to do some more debugging. Well, yeah, I just need to reset the credentials. Now we wait for the email. I have our email, so I'm going to go ahead and copy paste it in. And everything looks fine, as you can see. Looks like it's supposed to. Paste. And now we just need to do step 6, which is a little bit broken, but we'll fix it. We can actually change step to 6 now, and it will just automatically keep it open. Let's go ahead and close out of RegisterFormFive. I don't know why it opened that. And let's go ahead and open up RegisterFormSix on the left. Here we go. Let's clean this up. So we don't need register next button anymore. We don't need update password anymore. And it looks like we're using everything else in here. Let's go ahead and import the new CSS. RegisterForms.css or /registerform.css, and go ahead and import the global CSS assets/global.css. And let's go ahead and figure out what we need to get rid of here. It's going to be pretty simple once again. So this is going to be register container, as we've seen plenty of times. It's going to be register content. Then here we're going to have register 6 password. That's fine. Whoops. Register -6 password. And I believe that's the only things we actually have to change. Let's actually go ahead and write that right. And now we just need to add one more thing to our CSS. And actually it looks like we add one more div in here. Do the on click. And this is going to be called register -6 icon. And now we can go and save. And now in our register form CSS, we'll have a couple more register 6 specific. So register -6 password. And this is going to be position :relative. I spelled position wrong. And then we're going to have margin -bottom is going to be 20px. We're going to have margin -top is going to be 35px. And we also need register -6 icon. And this is going to be position absolute. We're going to have bottom is going to be 2 pixels. And it's going to be right 15 pixels. And the cursor for this is going to be pointer. Save. And now if we come back in here, we need to fix. Let me see what this guy is. Is that we might have to say width is equal to 100%. So let's go ahead and try that. So here we'll say width 100% of the parent. And let's take a look now. Looks much better. And this looks fine. Let me double check the signup flow to make sure this is actually the way it's supposed to look. And I think that we're missing a p tag. We're missing a couple things. So we need to add register, class name equal to register dash header dash 2. Then our p tag needs a class name equal to register dash this one is text, and color should be gray, and that should look a little bit better. Take a peek now. That looks a lot better. And let's make sure that the I is supposed to be in the bottom right. So if we take a look here, the I is supposed to be in the bottom right. I wanted to make sure I didn't scuff that. Let's go ahead and do the last little bit of refactoring and then do a run through to make sure everything is working all the way through. We haven't broken anything in the refactor. So the last thing that I want to do is I want to go into our components for register, and we're going to copy the register 1 into the new register forms. So copy register1.tsx and paste it into register forms. And this is going to break a bunch of stuff. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And I'm going to close out of all these just because it's kind of a mess right now. So 1 second. So we got register form 1. We need register form 2. So let's go ahead and copy and paste this one. We need 3. So let's grab 3. Copy and paste 3. We need 4. We need 5. And then we need 6. So now what we're going to do is, first off, we need to fix all of this. So now this is just going to be /. So let's just start. We don't need this. So I'm going to put this back to step 1 and close out of the register slice. The register form 1, now this is just going to be /. Register form, this one is just also going to be /. This one will be /. Got to close that too. 3 will be 4 will be /. 5 will be /. And then 6 will also be /. Now, what I want to go ahead and do is delete all the folders for these old ones. So delete for this one, delete for 2, delete for 3, delete for 4, delete for 5, and delete for 6. Now inside of the utils in the register modal util, this should break everything. So now what we're going to do is go into import from /components/register_forms with an S. And this should fix everything. So again, register forms, register forms, 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 and forms, and that should fix that. The last thing I want to do is inside of the base register folder, I want to make a new file called index.ts. And what we're going to do is we're going to import the register modal. And what we're going to go and do is we're going to say export default register modal. And what we can do with this is go inside of our landing page. So landing.tsx under pages, if I can find it, pages, landing.tsx. Actually, we want, I clicked on the wrong one, landing.tsx. And what we can actually do is go ahead and delete this register model from here. And we can literally just say import, import register model. Modal from // features / register. So it just makes our code look a lot cleaner. Let's go ahead and hop back into our app just to make sure everything's working properly. As we can see, this looks good. I think I might go ahead and tweak the small size here to 14. So one moment. Inside the components, register forms, registerform.css, we can go ahead and choose, if we scroll all the way up here, we can go to register text small and we change this to 4. I think it might look a little bit better. And this might be 130 some. 140, but we still cut down on the total number of CSS that we did because we condensed a whole bunch of methods that we were just kind of piling on top of one another. So I think that does look a little bit better. Let's go ahead and I'm going to restart my server because it's going to wipe out the database. Let's do one final run through. So we'll go ahead and say test in user, and we'll say, let me grab the email again. I don't think it's pasted anymore. So copy the email and paste it in, and then date of birth will just be a random date. Okay, next, sure, next, sign up. Okay, that worked fine. We're gonna say 555, 123, 1234. That's fine. Update. Sent our email. Took a little bit of time there. Sometimes it takes a second. It's fine. Go ahead and wait for the email. Here's our code. I think there's supposed to be an error to this, but I'm not that concerned about not working just because of the fact that look at all the space. Next, make a password. And we can hit this, see the password, hit next, and now we're at the feed page. So that's going to conclude all of the refactoring. We might go back and do another set of spring cleaning. I'm not 100% sure, but now we can move forward to some of the new logic that I want to start implementing now that we've cleaned up our code base quite a bit. Unfortunately, that's going to be it for today. If you guys enjoyed, please stick around for the next episode by hitting that subscribe button. You'll know exactly when it comes out, especially at that bell icon. If you did enjoy the content today, please sure to leave a thumbs up. If you did enjoy it, leave a thumbs down. Either way, it helps out with the algorithm all the same. And finally, if you have any suggestions or feedback for me, make sure you leave a comment down below. With that being said, I appreciate you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.